Wandering Winder here with the next part of our opening series. Today we're covering Pageant. So Pageant, here you can see it on the screen. There's a couple of cases to consider with Pageant. First case is on 4-3. A couple of interesting cases anyway. You can open Pageant, and then you can theoretically take nothing. Then what you have on the shuffle starting turn 3, you have two coffers and your starting deck. Now, what good is that? Well, you're guaranteed to be able to hit 5, right? You have your starting deck, which is either going to be a 2-5 split or a 4-3 split, as is pretty well known. And you have two coffers. Whenever you hit 4, you can spend one of those coffers. Boom, you've hit 5. You also don't have any thicker of a deck than normal, so if you're going for deck control, this might be attractive. Actually, with this particular opening, you can also make sure you hit 6, right? You're going to hit either 4 or 5 one of those two turns. You have two coffers, you can spend both of them to hit 6. So if you want to hit altar or crop rotation or something, this is an option that you might think about. So you're guaranteed to hit 5, you're guaranteed to hit 6. The downside, basically, of doing this opening is that you haven't added anything good to your deck. So if there's a good card, you're not doing that. So there are some pluses and some minuses, but you are guaranteed to hit 5 with not a very big shuffle. You're guaranteed to hit 6 if you want that with not a very big shuffle. That's on the 4-3 exactly. You can also get good 2s and still get these coffers and still have basically the same kind of guarantees. If that 2 is a page, if that 2 is a supplies, if the 2 is a lackey, some good 2 cost, and particularly the spammable good 2 costs, like lackeys, like supplies, those tend to be very good with Pageant anyway, because each continuous hand that you get 3, you can keep buying a 2 and accumulating a coffers. So that's all worth noting. Pageant, often a good opening on the 4-3 with your forehand. The other thing to worth noting, let's step back a second. The other thing worth noting, and you can do this on a 3-4 as well, is opening Pageant with silver. Now in this case you probably get a cargo ship instead of a silver, but in this case you only have 1 coffers. It's possible to miss hitting 6 if your silver misses the shuffle, or if you just get 4-4 or 4-3, you could miss 6. Actually 4-4 you could do it by buying something cheap enough. But anyway, you are still very likely to be able to hit 6 this way. You're guaranteed to hit 5 still, because you're going to have a coffer and a hand that makes at least 4. So this is often worth considering. There's a decent chance of hitting 5 twice, although it's not very good. You have to bottom deck an estate. But yeah, so this is something that's worth considering in quite a number of cases, is silver or silver equivalent with Pageant. Just note that that can happen on a 3-4 as well as a 4-3 compared to Pageant and nothing. This case with Pageant, you are adding the silver to your deck, which has its pros and cons. As you all know, you're going to be able to get more 5s later on, but you're going to be less likely to be able to cycle through your deck super quickly, because the silver is a stop card. Yeah, pretty quick hitter, I think, and I think that's all that I want to cover with opening with Pageant. Thanks for watching.